Yo, 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 Big Kish back up in here. I never got Rapperholic's perspective on the whole Kendrick Lamar, he's a hypocrite stuff that they got going on. You know what I mean? Everybody was calling Kendrick Lamar a hypocrite because he got on Playboi Carti's album and start saying that that was his evil twin. If you don't know Kendrick Lamar, he talks about being positive and all that stuff. I did a breakdown on my perspective on it. So I just wanted to get Rapperholic's perspective, see what he got to say about it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm going to leave a link in the description. Y'all know I'm like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
So, Lobbies and Gentlegrams, Kendrick Lamar has 3 songs on the new Playboi Carti album. Playboi Carti in 2022 was charged with felony aggravated assault for allegedly getting in a physical altercation with his pregnant girlfriend. Although Carti's attorney did say that Carti was falsely accused, many Drake fans have pointed to the fact that Kendrick accused Drake of manipulating and abusing women, and because of that, he is a hypocrite for collaborating with Carti. So, is Kendrick Lamar a hypocrite? Depending on how you look at it, you could say yes or no. We will look at both sides of the coin, but we can come to one objective truth. Is it a problem that Kendrick is collaborating with Carti? The answer is objectively no. Why? Because A, Kendrick is not accused of doing these crimes. His collaborators are. And B, in no universe is Kendrick...
Do y'all remember the time where it was a guy that took a picture with Kendrick, but the guy got caught on one of these shows, you know, on them How to Catch a Predator shows? It was something like that, but it wasn't the official How to Catch a Predator show. But it was one that the guy had got caught on. Just some fan who took a picture with Kendrick Lamar. But then that was some ammo for them to say that, yeah, Kendrick Lamar taking pictures with PDF files. Like, bro, Kendrick don't even know this dude. He don't know him. He's just a fan that took a picture with him. You know what I'm saying? It was just a fan that he took a picture with. But yeah, they looking for anything. They looking for anything. So now Kendrick can't be around nobody with no criminal history, no nothing, none of that. He can't be around him.
Endorsing, encouraging, or downplaying the severity of the crimes that his collaborators are accused of. Obviously, throughout a lot of his music, he shines a light on attempting to avoid these bad behaviors and the constant internal struggle to live on a righteous path. This was one of the core themes of his diss songs against Drake, which is why Drake fans are now using it as a way to paint him as a hypocrite. They're not concerned with the crime, they're concerned with the messenger. But obviously, just like Drake misinterpreting the lyrics of Mother I Sober, the people who are most loud in accusing Kendrick of being a hypocrite have obviously failed to understand or even pay attention to the message in all of Kendrick's music. So that's what this video will...
They don't listen to dot music at all because I'm gonna let Rapperholics get into it, man. Cause you know, Rapperholics gonna cook anyway. You know what I mean?
To do, we'll be going through all of Kendrick's albums, including his actions after the beef, because it all provides some clarity on the question of, is Kendrick wrong or hypocritical for collaborating with Playboi Carti? Now, I gave you the objective answer on whether or not this was a problem, right? Kendrick wasn't accused of these crimes. Kendrick's not encouraging these crimes. So him collaborating with an artist with a quote-unquote weird case, but making music completely unrelated to the horrible actions within that case is not necessarily problematic. But is it hypocritical? Well, depending on your subjective perspective, you could say yes or no. Drake fans will say it's hypocritical for many reasons. Kendrick called Drake out for running to Atlanta for a few dollars. Then he goes on to run to Atlanta to cook up #1 hits with Future in order to diss Drake, and now collaborating with another ATL native, Playboi Carti. In Kendrick's diss songs, he's talking...
The difference between that is Drake needs Future. Drake needs that sound. He needs them. Dot got his own West Coast sound. Dot got his own thing going on. So a collab with Dot is just like, it's just so regular, okay. It ain't no, you need me and I need you. No, Drake has to be next to somebody to stay hot. Drake needs somebody else pen and pad to stay hot. He needs someone else's ideas to stay hot. Dot don't need nobody to stay hot. Dot could just use his pen and pad, and everything else is just a cherry on top. You know what I mean?
about Drake keeping people in his entourage with weird cases or manipulating and abusing women himself, but now he's collaborating with a rapper who has a weird case himself. They would tell you that the outrage about these issues is fake because he shines lights on it when it benefits himself, using it as a criticism within his diss song, but then turns a blind eye to it when it also benefits himself, ignoring Cardi or Future's mistreatment of women in order to cook up a #1 song. Where does Kendrick truly stand on these issues? That's one side of the subjective coin. But then a Kendrick fan will tell you there's a big difference between Drake collaborating with Atlanta artists and Kendrick doing the same. When Kendrick does it, he's not adopting their sound, their lingo, their culture. He's integrating his own artistry into their world. He's not attaching himself to a heritage he's not a part of. Instead, he's collaborating with an artist like Future to shake up the game and cause a ripple effect, which then leads him to drop his most West Coast sounding music ever with Not Like Us or GNX and bring the spotlight back from Atlanta down to his hometown, whereas Drake will use Atlanta sound to simply benefit himself. A Kendrick fan might also tell you there's a massive difference between the accusations Kendrick made about Drake, for example, trafficking or being a PDF, versus domestic abuse. There's much different levels of severity, and most importantly, I believe a Kendrick fan would tell you Kendrick can be inspired by and collaborate with any artist that he feels like for the greater good of hip-hop, because most importantly, he's made it known that he's not your savior. And I think that's the most crucial element to answer the question of, is Kendrick a hypocrite for doing these Cardi collaborations? Again, an answer that can very easily be found throughout the subject matter.
One of the sisters on TikTok said, yeah, people think that Kendrick fans worship Kendrick. We don't worship him. It's just that he got a positive message. He got a positive vibe about it. And the reason why we attracted to that, because we're trying to do something with our lives. Every beast resort to his liking. In simpler words, bird of a feather flop together. So this is why y'all like Drake. Y'all like Drake because y'all got some of that stuff that he be doing. Y'all be doing some of that stuff. So you able to identify with that. Some of y'all 50 years old still running around here like you 9, 10. Nah, you know what I'm saying? That's why you like Drake. We like Kendrick because he's on some positive stuff. He's telling the truth about his life and he's trying to be a better man. You know what I mean? And his followers, people who like him and follow him or whatever, listen to him, however you want to put it, that's what they want to do with their lives as well.
Within his music. I think a lot of people who are calling Kendrick a hypocrite will turn to albums like Mr. Morale to point at Kendrick opening up about his flaws and obviously trying to work on them to say that the realizations he might have made in therapy are not necessarily implemented in his actions today. And that album is going to play a very crucial role in answering this question. But before we do that, I think we got to take it all the way back to Good Kid, Mad City. Good Kid, Mad City is structured as a cinematic coming-of-age story. Instead of positioning himself as holier than thou, Kendrick invites us into his world, a world where every decision is laden with consequence. The album's narrative follows a young Kendrick who is both a product and a critic of his environment, highlighting how systematic forces and familial legacies weigh heavily on his choices. The intro track, Shireen, Master Splinter's daughter, introduces the listener to the temptations and dangers of Kendrick's neighborhood in Compton. He shows how easily it is to get involved in risky behavior, and instead of celebrating crime, the song warns us about how appealing but dangerous that lifestyle can be. Then on B Don't Kill My Vibe, Kendrick explores the tension between authenticity and the pressures of his surroundings. The refrain isn't a boast of superiority, but a plea to maintain his inner peace amid chaos. It shows a young artist who's aware of the seductive nature of street life, its promise of quick rewards and instant recognition, while simultaneously yearning to rise above it without casting judgment on those still caught in its grip. Then Backseat Freestyle is perhaps the most raw depiction of youthful bravado. On the surface, its aggressive tone and boast of power might seem to celebrate a gangster persona. However, within the album's context, it functions as a counterpoint to Kendrick's internal conflict. The hyperbolic swagger is less of an endorsement of crime rather than a coping mechanism, a way to mask the vulnerability of a kid feeling pressured by the expectations and realities of his environment. Then on Money Trees, Kendrick reflects on the allure of fast money, a theme that resonates deeply within the communities where opportunities are scarce. He examines how the dream of wealth is entangled with the harsh realities of criminal life. By juxtaposing the seductive promise of easy money with the inevitable consequences, Kendrick underscores the tragic trade-offs faced by many young people within his community. Then, on what's arguably the emotional center...
Hey, Rapperholics, you got away with them words, man. Hey, look, I like your delivery, man. Your delivery is official. Yes, sir. Hey, look, he said, I never used juxta. The last person I heard say juxtapose was Kevin Samuels. Dang, hey, look, man. I like your delivery, man. Hey, yo, I like your style, son. Word up.
Piece of the album, Sing About Me I'm Dying of Thirst, the track dives into the personal cost of living in a cycle of violence and loss. Kendrick adopts multiple voices, narrating the story of friends and acquaintances who fell prey to the system. Here, the album's reflective tone is unmistakable. Rather than preaching moral superiority, Kendrick mourns the lives lost and the paths not taken. It's a poignant reminder that the very choices he wrestled with were the ones that many around him, perhaps even those in his family, had struggled with for generations. He spoke about this song in an interview with Big Boy, saying, "Before I became this person with a mature aspect on life, it was a dark place I came from, a place of negativity, a place of being unruly." And if we
but they'll call that hypocrisy. How if you was born in a certain area, you know what I'm saying, in a messed up part of the city or whatever, and you decide you don't want to grow up like this, you want to be more positive, you want to be a leader, you know what I'm saying, you want to change your life around, your eating habits and everything, they call that hypocrisy. No, I'm telling you, these people are demons, man. They are demons. These are demons. They just need some ammo, man. He a hypocrite. Look, he trying to change his life around. He used to be like this. Now he trying to be like this. He a hypocrite. Bruh. God dang.
you look deeper into Kendrick's music, even long before Good Kid, Mad City, you could
Hey, they don't say nothing about Wheelchair Jimmy. They don't say nothing about how Wheelchair Jimmy used to be this good guy. What did he say? Yeah, my uncle used to pick me up when on wherever he was, that shoot that Disney shit, whatever they was doing. Now he a gangster, but Drake ain't no hypocrite though, right? Nah, he ain't no hypocrite. Yeah.
see that one of the main reasons why Kendrick didn't end up down this path of violence was due to his father's advice and the active role that his father played within his life. On the song Kendrick Lamar, where Kendrick drops the stage name K. and replaces it for his name Kendrick Lamar, he emphasizes, "I'm just a good kid from Compton that want to rap, weighing my options, pick up a Bible or a strap. I never took a man's life, never sold any crack. All I did was try to keep my city on the map. But this monkey on my back, y'all don't want me to win. I'm trying to follow my dreams. You want me to follow trends. So just to get $1, will I sell my soul? I looked the devil in the eye and I told him hell no." And while early on in his career,
that's the crabs in the barrel. That's the crabs in the barrel effect. Everybody that's talking about Kendrick a hypocrite, those are the crabs out that's trying to keep him down. Everybody, people trying to rise, you got other people trying to bring you down. Oh, we know him for this. He used to be like this. Oh, yeah, don't try to change now. Yeah, those the crabs, boy.
he was confident that he could fight off the devilish temptations. His real fame came from the Good Kid, Mad City album, where he opened up about the internal battle of him fighting the temptation of entering down a life of crime and violence. But once that album got him into a position where he was financially secure, had the fame, the acclaim, etc., we'd see on his next album, To Pimp a Butterfly, that the same guy who just a few years prior, before the fame, rapped, "Just to get $1, will I sell my soul? I looked the devil in his eye and told him hell no." That same guy who now had that dollar was making songs like How Much a Dollar Cost and reflecting on the temptations of Lucy, aka Lucifer. So you can see already, before we dive deeper, that there's been this constant battle between right and wrong that stems all the way back to Kendrick's childhood and his upbringing. But before we get deeper into
man, he cooking. Rapaholics is cooking.
Flaws, inconsistencies, and internal battles later on in his career, I think it's important to emphasize again that the reason Kendrick didn't suffer the same fate as many of the people around him growing up within Compton was mainly thanks to his strong support system, most notably the active presence of his father within his life. Kendrick's father, Kenny Duckworth, did allegedly have a criminal past of his own, being affiliated with the Gangster Disciples, a Chicago-based gang, before relocating to Compton in 1984 to escape that life. Despite this, Compton presented its own challenges, with gang culture very prevalent, and Kenny worked in manual labor jobs such as KFC to provide for the family and help steer his son Kendrick away from a life of crime. Kendrick touched on this in a 2017 Rolling Stone interview where he said, "When you see kids doing things that the world calls harmful or a threat, it's because they don't know how to deal with their emotions. When you have a father in your life, you do something, he'll look at you and say, 'What the F are you doing?' Putting you in your place, making you feel this.
Or if you have that father figure or that leader, you could put into your mind like, okay, what would he do? Now you got somebody to look at yourself as, instead of looking at yourself as a damn female all the time. Because a lot of boys who raised up in single parent households with a female, they have no choice but to look at themselves as that female. So subconsciously, you know what I'm saying? They like, damn, how would my mother handle this situation? How would she react? And we all know men and women are different. You know what I'm saying? So imagine just having that father figure and you see how he take on day-to-day trials and tribulations. So now you can mimic that and you'll always have something to resort to. Like, damn, how would my father handle that? Okay, I'm going to handle it like him. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. It's a whole lot of importance of having both parents. You know what I'm saying? Mother and the father. You could learn some stuff from your mother. You could learn some stuff from your father. But for a boy, it's important, very important from him to have a father in the household so he can have something to look at. You know what I mean? When he's presented with certain trials in life.
This small. That was a privilege for me. My peers, their mothers and grandmothers may have taught them love and care, but they couldn't teach them that. And just like his father's efforts to break the cycle, those themes are mirrored all throughout Kendrick's music, where he navigates similar temptations but constantly strives for a different path. We see these concepts explored deeper after Good Kid, Mad City once Kendrick achieves fame and now has the influence to potentially break cycles and make real change within society. To Pimp a Butterfly is a profound exploration of internal struggles, societal pressures, and personal transformation. Throughout the album, Kendrick is constantly delving into themes of self-doubt, temptation, and the complexities of fame, and highlighting his personal journey from despair to self-acceptance. On a song like You, Kendrick is bearing his self-loathing, depression, and feelings of worthlessness, questioning his own value and battling the weight of guilt, especially as he feels pressured by the expectations placed on him by both his community and his success. This raw introspection is then greatly contrasted by the uplifting message of the song I. But in between that, you have songs like How Much a Dollar Cost, where Kendrick is facing his own greed and moral shortcomings, where he's forced to confront how his own selfish desires and materialism might be blinding him to the true cost of his actions. And if you wanted more proof that Kendrick is just like every other human, a walking contradiction.
Facts. Look, if you want more proof that Kendrick Lamar is a human being, you know what I'm saying? Like, God dang. They really think we worship him. We don't worship him, man. Yo, if you want any more proof that he's just like any other human being. Oh man. Hey, look, everybody that's saying that, oh, he ain't the Messiah, y'all probably worship him. Yeah, y'all probably worship him. Like y'all worship Drake.
He calls himself on The Black or the Berry the biggest hypocrite of 2015.
Yep.
This self-label isn't about boasting righteousness.
He said, gang banging the killer and get blacker than me, hypocrite.
Raw admission of contradiction. Despite his messages of social uplift and change, he's caught in the very traps that he warns others about. He struggles with the paradox of benefiting from and simultaneously condemning the corrupt systems that lure people with promises of wealth, fame, and power. And throughout
hey, look, I'm going to leave a link in the description. Rapaholics is cooking. He is cooking. He's dissecting it very, very well. Yeah, he's dissecting it very well. I'm gonna study that word juxtapose. I want to put that in one of my sentences. That make you sound smart. I like that. Juxtapose. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use that one day. Yeah. But yeah, y'all let me I crack myself up. I know I talk a lot, but I can back my like. Hey yo. Yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I was about to say a Lil Wayne rhyme, but I was like, nah, this ain't the right time for that. But y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm gonna leave a link in the description. And yeah. Big Kish signing out. I'm going, y'all. I know I talk a lot, but I can back myself up.